everyone, it's me Laura from the Paper Soul. Welcome back to my channel. I am coming to share with you my latest project, and I thought I would do this as a design team project for Artymaze. I'm using her main focal pictures. It's called Vintage Photos #1 Winter Themed, and I thought that was the perfect theme to kind of work with where we are now with Christmas and then winter. And what I'm doing is something a little different, but a play off of my last video that I had where I did these altered file folders. And so I have these that I created with a file folder, and these have like a little journal in them, and then they have tags, and there's a little tag and everything like that. So that was what I did, and I thought what I would do with this project is show you. This is still available in my shop, by the way. One of them was sold already, so there's one of those available, and that's the snowman. But anyway, what I thought I would do is come and just kind of show you on a smaller scale how I did that. And thought it would be a neat idea to kind of create something that you could create quickly for Christmas, for maybe your neighbors, those last minute little gifts. Maybe people are, this is the week of Christmas, so maybe you're having a little time off and able to do a little something, and so I thought I would come and share that with you. So let me just show you a few of the items I have created. And what I made was, basically, I thought this would be like a neat little gift to give to someone. It is made from the file folder. I'll show you how I cut it to get them smaller like this. And then inside you can have, well, you can put anything you want in it, but I made a little booklet with her kit, and I just added some, a doily. I sewed, I double backed those with coffee dye papers, and then put a variety of coffee dye papers inside. And I just thought that would be like a cute little added gift in there that you could tuck in. You could put a letter, like a Christmas card that has nice sentiments on it. And then on the back, I have another beautiful image and I've decorated it. And in here, you could put one of those gift cards, like the little gift cards that people give at Christmas time, and I thought that would be a cute little tuck spot for that. But these are actually being able to showcase the beautiful images from Artymaze's kit. These photos, vintage photos, are really lovely. And like I say, winter themed. So here's one, and then here I crocheted a little doily. I got some yarn that was has some sparklies in it. Added some buttons, I added some die cuts, snowflake die cuts and buttons and lace. And that's when it gets really fun, is when you can just kind of decorate. Here's some sari silk. Here's one that I did, and it's got a lady image of her making a snowball. Yeah, she's got gloves on. I was gonna say it didn't look like she had gloves on. I was like, but her hands are cold. I backed it with some fun papers, and then I did another little crochet flower that has some sparkly burgundy yarn, added a button and some cheesecloth. I made a tab for this one on the back. I have another lovely lady trying to stay warm. I've got some pink cheesecloth back here, and then here's that spot for a little gift card that you could give someone. And in here, yeah, I didn't put anything in that one. So you really can just put whatever you want. Got a little lace there. And then here I have, what happened to me, 3 of these are sewn. The 2 that I've shown you have sewing elements around the cards and around the actual little file folder. And this one did too. And this one does too. But then when I went to mess with my sewing machine today, it's starting to jam. And so I think I'm gonna have to get it. It's jammed on me last week, it's jamming on me today. So I just decided to go on and finish these, but I'm not sewing them. And I know not everybody does their sewing. You know, some people don't like the sewing. I happen to love it. I think it adds things, but you don't have to do it for it to be pretty. So here's one that I created with that beautiful image. Put a little pearl trim down here, and then I have another kind of glittery snowflakes that I punched out. And this was some Christmas paper back there. And then I have a little tab I made for that one. More of the shimmery snowflakes, and put a little lace there. But mostly, like I say, the fun part about this is just really being able to showcase these beautiful images. So that was one. Here's one that I created, and I'll show you that in a minute. I added some buttons, some papers. I did some stamping in the background, and I'll show you what I did there. Got some lace, a little tab I made. Let's see if there's anything in that one. No. And here on the back of this one, that's where you can tuck the gift card. So I thought these would be really cute to give as Christmas gifts, where you just wanted to give someone a special little card or something. I even thought it'd be cute to punch the little eyelets right here, and then you could put some ribbon right there. That would be like a little bow. I thought that'd be pretty too. And so then I have this. Yeah, I showed you that. I have this pretty. Oh, she's so cute, that image there. I put music paper and some Christmas paper behind it, and then a little cheesecloth and some buttons, a little lace, another button. And then inside, I had started to sew. That's what I was sewing today. And I didn't get to make my booklet because it went on and my sewing machine was not working. So there's the back and the little spot here for a little gift card. And now I don't remember which one I had this one in. I don't guess it matters. I have it in this one. She has some smaller ones, and I kept them as booklets. You can make tags out of them and tuck them into these little pockets back there, or into the actual file folder itself. But I kept it together so you could use this as a little booklet, you know, in and of itself, without putting all the extra paper in it if you didn't want to do that. So, like I say, these were just a lot of fun, and so I'm just going to kind of show you a little of what I did. I'm going to put these aside, and I'm just going to kind of show you how I did this. These would also really be cute for any time of year for a little gift. You could use all kinds of your pretty pattern papers and everything like that, and let the pictures be these wonderful focal pictures, and then you can create, you know, put a little gift card in there and a sweet little note inside here, or a little booklet if you wanted to make it. And, you know, that's just something really pretty to give to your friends. So I thought, let's see what we can do. Just kind of have that there. I don't know if you can see it. And my light has got a little smattering of light, but that's okay. So I have another one here that I didn't get to finish, again, because my sewing machine was giving out, and I really wanted to sew them, but you can kind of see what I did. I haven't put it on there yet, but that's a beautiful image. And there's another beautiful image. I love these vintage photos. They're gorgeous. So here's a couple of more images that I'm gonna make one using these, and then here's one of the little booklets. Again, you could put paper in it like I did the other one, sew around it or not sew around it, or you could just leave that as a little note that you write to your friend. And then these two, I was gonna make make one out of these two. So we'll just see how it goes. But I kind of just, even if I just make one, I just want to show you, you know, how I kind of went about it. So I've got these set aside, and I've already picked out like some papers and stuff, but let me show you how I do the file folder. So I had a complete file folder, you have your complete file folder, and this one's cut in half, so you can see, you know, that would be your complete file folder. Then you cut it down the middle, and that's how I made this one, okay? And those that I made. And so then I got to thinking, okay, you could cut your file folder in half like that, and then you could cut these in half. So that is what I was going to do with this one. And I don't have my cutter in here with me, so I think what I'll do is just measure it and cut it. And so this was like, I believe this is 9. So I'm just gonna, it's like 9 and a little extra, 9 1/4 or so. So I think I'm gonna do 4 1/2. And then just kind of just do, meant to have my cutter in here. That would have made it so much easier, but that is all right. I'm having like one of those days or one of those times where everything starts to kind of go wrong, and so I'm just trying to roll with the punches. All I'm trying to do. So normally I would just cut this on my cutter, but given the kind of days I'm having, I'm just gonna go in and cut it and make do. Not everybody may have a paper trimmer anyway, so that is fine. Okay, and so that is basically what I did with all of these. I took a file folder, cut it down vertical, and then flipped them, see, this piece, and decided to cut it in half like that. So that way, and then horizontal. Now one's gonna end up, that's gonna end up apart. I will glue it and or sew it, okay? And so that one lets you have a different kind of little file folder tab. And then this one just kind of plain. You can round the corners if you want to, and I think I'm gonna do that on this one. So you can round the corners. And on these that don't have, the natural tab, I will make a tab, because I do have this little tab maker, and it is a lot of fun, and so I'm really glad to have that. So let's go ahead and now I will tell you what I did. I did coffee dye these, so I did go ahead and coffee dye these, and all I did is just sprayed it on and then just took my little heat tool and dried it, and it did great. And I did the inside and the outside, so that's all I did there. And what I'm gonna do is use my glue. I won't be sewing, but you know that you can do the sewing. Like I say, I'm real sad. My machine got stuck. It's like it's getting jammed, and then me trying to get it unjammed, my needle is bending. And so I just put a new needle in it, and now it's jamming again, and it keeps doing it, so I feel like my needle's bent again. So I really don't know what's going on. So we're just gonna, I went too far with that. Okay, so we're just getting these glued. And again, I do like the sewing. Normally, like I say, you can see, let's get one that you can tell. Well, I guess you can see this one, but you can see where I sewed it. I just kind of sewed it all the way around, and it just adds an extra little texture. Did a little sewing there. I like to sew. That's just me. So you glue it, and I'm going to glue this one. Now, I'll say what you could do on this, like I did on this one, just to kind of give it, I cut this one a little bit shorter. So let's do that. Let me do that real quick, and then I'll re-round that. I'm just going to, the top one, I'm just going to kind of take off maybe just slightly more than 1/8 of an inch, and I'm just going to just cut this. I kind of like that because it kind of gives it a different opening for you. And so you can just do all kinds of different things. You know, each one of them looks a little different. This one has one of the tabs. This one I made a tab, cut that open, like I'm doing now. This one I didn't cut it, but it still has the tab, so you can get into it easy. So I just did different stuff, you know, just playing with it. You can't go wrong. And then you just make it your own. Can't go wrong. This is a fun little project, like I say, probably because it is little, and it's something that you can do quickly, and not, you know, have like something that just goes on and on. And I think you could really get into this here at Christmas time. I think that would be something, a lot of fun to do. And I'm going to erase my pencil mark here. Okay, so then the next step that I do, to give it a background, what I do is I take some gesso, white gesso, and I'm just going to roll white gesso paint on this, okay? And so I've got my little brayer and everything, and I have a craft mat here, and I just put this paint straight on my craft mat. Just a few little drops, or a little puddle there, and I just kind of roll it around, and then I just hodgepodge it kind of around the edges. And it is not a direct science, it just doesn't matter. It's just kind of softening the file folder, and we're just kind of creating a background for it, okay? So I'm just gonna put that to the side, and we'll add a little more paint. And you could do it color on this if you want to. You can do anything, you know. There's no direct right or wrong at all. Do a little more paint. And, you know, sometimes with projects, you know, you can switch up what types of things you're using. You can certainly switch everything up. Like a stamp, I have a stamp that I'm going to use, and I just kind of stuck with that same stamp, but of course you can switch them up and do whatever you want to do. I am going to run just a little bit of heat on these, and it won't take but a second, so please forgive my noise. And so then the next thing I was going to do was take my permanent ink, and then this is the stamp I was going to use. And it's appropriate because it, excuse me, it's got Silent Night, Holy Night, all, you know, that song all over it, and some little snowflakes. And I don't get to use it much, and it's Christmas time and all that, so I thought this one would be a good one to do. And so then what I do is I take a little blotter piece of paper, and my focus, since I know that the majority of my pictures are going to be taking up this piece and in the middle and everything, so I usually just kind of do a little along the background is what I started to do, and kind of off to the sides. So I just kind of ink a little of this, and I'm not out to get perfection or anything. It's not what I'm trying to do. And I just do a little here and there. So see, that's all I did. And so I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'll put this one to the side, and that way, any paper that when I use to cover this up, any that's not covering everything. There's no pressure to cover it all up unless you just want to. This shines through, and you know, it's got kind of an interesting little background as well. So, and I'm really not putting a hard press to this. I'm just lightly, just enough to put some interest on your page. Now I am going to put this, a little bit of air on this real quick, and we'll flip it over and do the other side. I realized I didn't do much of that tab right there, so what I may do is just pop a teeny bit there, just for interest. All right, so I do the same thing on the back, flip it over. Still getting it on my mat. Okay, let's see. There we go. And then do this one. Pretty. So I'll put this off to the side. Let me put this off the table. And close my ink up. And then I'm going to dry these just a small bit. There we go. So that's all I did there. I'm gonna put that away. Okay. So now I've got, like I said, my images that I know I'm gonna work with. So I'm gonna start, we'll start with this one. I think I'll do that one on. Which one do I want where? Yeah. Do that one. Yeah. I'll just do that one. So this one and this one, and then now I have some music paper, and I went on ahead and picked out some other little papers that I thought might be pretty with these images. So I wasn't sure, so I did 3. Excuse me. So I think I'll start with these little girls here and put that there. So I'm gonna start with this. So doing that, I'm gonna use this, and this is a big snowflake kind of design, and I thought it would pick up the blue teal that she's got in that image. You see that? And I just love, I love these images. So let me see. This is my folder, and this is the front of it. You know what you could do too? I didn't glue that all the way down, so I actually can peel that back up. I might do a corner snip here too. Oh. There we go. That just softens it a little bit. So yeah, this part is not really large, so there's probably not going to be too much of this paper that will show underneath it. So, you know, you always could just keep it, you know, that way. Now on the back I have more space, and I could, you know, put it on the back for her. For her, I may just, yeah, I may just not, I hate to cover up because the background is already there in a way. So what I could do is just glue her on. Now again, what I had done, if I was going to sew it and I was going to put papers down, then I would put the papers down and then sew this and sew it closed. But that's when I did it, so that some of the stitching would show on top of the, it would be on top, you know, and not, the paper wouldn't cover up the stitching. So that's how I did that. But on this one, since I kind of just like the simplicity of the background already, I just think I'm going to leave it. Now, you could put cheesecloth. I had some pink cheesecloth with the other one. I could actually put some, it's like a teal blue cheesecloth under this, so I could do that. So let's just cut us some off. Cheesecloth really goes a long way. I'll probably cut more than I really needed. Okay, let's see what we have. Let's see what we could do. Do that. We could do that, or we actually could put it over here and break this up a little bit. Let's just see what that looks like. So a lot of this, honestly, is just playing, which is really why I like it, because we're just playing and it's just relaxing. And that's kind of pretty. I kind of like that. So let's just cut this. Just kind of cut it close to the edge there. And let's just, yeah, let's adhere this. I hope everybody is having a good week. Like I say, this is the week of Christmas. Today is Monday, so I think Christmas, if I'm not mistaken, is Friday. So we have a few days, and I thought that'd be a good time for me to pop in here. And if there's any way this inspires you, I hope it does, to doing maybe some creating and crafting while you're off. I hope you get to do that. I'm definitely ready to do some relaxing, because this has been a hard year, and I know it's been a hard year for everyone, for many, sometimes for some of us the same reasons, some of us different reasons, some of us a variety of reasons. So yeah, I hope everyone gets to rest and relax. I'm going to clean my thing up. And yeah, it's about flush with that. Okay, that's kind of pretty. Now, there might be something else I could do to perk her up a little bit. Let's see. I thought that was pretty. Not use that. And my doorbell just rang. I think it's somebody that is doing a survey or something, so we're not gonna mess with that. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. How do I want this? I don't have to add anything. I just thought she was pretty. I wonder if I could do something here. Just a little. It's not hitting me for some reason. If I did a little snip and maybe did a button. Let me just look at some of the buttons and see if any of them look pretty. It's this, like I say, is a fun project because you get to kind of just pull out your embellishments and trims and stuff and just kind of play around a little bit. And I think that's kind of neat. Let's see if I did that. I might just do a small snip of that. If I did that, and then let's see, this little button, I want to kind of get one that she has more of a maroon little jacket, so I don't know, maybe I should do a pink. Yeah. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, I might just do a small little snip right here in the corner. What do you think? Like I say, it's just fun to play. Just fun to play. And then we could put that and that. That's pretty. It's been fun using my buttons. I will tell you, I was doing some cleaning this past weekend. And I'm gonna tell you what, when you do your cleaning, you realize just how much stuff you have and just how much stuff you need to use. So I was coming across all kinds of papers and everything, and I was like, oh my goodness, I have got to start using stuff. So I'm gonna try to do some planning and see what I'm gonna leave those out just in case we need some more. Okay, so I thought that was kind of pretty and fun. She's really sweet. You could put some trim. Also, it's kind of pretty. If I did that, or you could even do something like that and put a little button there and have like a little, yeah, let's do that. I hadn't done that on any of the others, so let's do that. Just kind of fold it like that. Make a V out of it, just fold it over itself. Now, if I do that, maybe I should use another pink button. Or should I use a blue? Y'all gotta help me. You're probably telling me right now what to do and I'm not paying attention. Yeah, I think I need a blue there only because she's got her little red cape there, and that's cute. Let's do it. I'm getting low on my Fabri-Tac also. My sewing machine's not working. My Fabri-Tac's getting low. So we're really getting a lot of little things that I'm gonna have to try to get caught up on. Get my sewing machine going again for the new year. And what did I say? I used that one. I've had fun with my little buttons and my ribbons and trims. It's been kind of fun to do something different. Like I say, I just haven't been able to play with things much. I've been kind of really just doing lots of projects this year, so okay, that's kind of cute. It's different. And I kind of like to do them different, you know. Try to play with it and see how you can feel inspired. Now, this one, I think I can, since I have more space back here, I think I can actually maybe utilize this paper. So kind of layer the paper, and that adds some blue coloring around there. So let's do that. So let's figure out how much I'm gonna want. what I'll do is just snip this. What I'm gonna do is use a tear ruler. I finally got my tear ruler, y'all, and that was a lot of fun. And move this out of the way. So I'm gonna move that out of the way right now. So let me just tear this one, about where I needed it torn. And I really like how it works. It puts that little rough edge and it looks very natural. So how much of this do I need to tear away? If I did, I'd probably tear it about right there. I kind of like this because you just eyeball it and you're not having a lot of measuring that you're doing. And then we will tear it maybe about here, there. Another thing you can do if you don't have a tear ruler is these little scissors I got these at Hobby Lobby. You can get them at Michael's also. And this just has some sort of little, it's a pretty design, but probably what I end up doing is I'll kind of just go over them a couple of times and, you know, not have a pattern to use. And that way it'll put kind of a rough edge on them. If you just kind of go over the same space a couple of times, then you also get a crazy little rough edge that has no pattern. So if you don't have a tear ruler, which I did not have for the very longest time, then you can certainly do that. And these littler pieces on the edge are a little harder to, because you gotta make sure you don't have much to pull with. So I like that, and then we're gonna ink it. Get that going. And do kind of put her there, and let's see what she's gonna look like. And what you can do is kind of have them overlapping, like where you can show a little more and then put this off to the side. That's what I'm gonna do on that one. So let me go in and glue this down. Big old glue glob. So I'm just going to kind of put that one over to the side a little bit. And then on this one, since I want this to be a pocket, now if you don't want a pocket, you can just glue this whole image down. It is absolutely fine. But I'm going to do pockets. That's kind of how I was doing this because I thought it would be so cute to give to someone, your neighbors, teachers, and put that little gift card in there, or even family, you know. So my family has kind of, you know, we've done the Christmas all through the years, and I just have really, we finally kind of gotten away from it. You know, people just don't need anything, and I found it to be very stressful going shopping every year and trying to find something for someone just because it was Christmas, and not that I didn't want to get them anything, but you know, half the time you just felt like you didn't know what to get them, what do they like. So there's that, and I wonder how we can embellish that. Let me just take a look at some of these ribbons I have. That one might be too big. Now you could cut this in half if you wanted to and have a fun little ribbon, but let me find something else. Let's see what this one looks like. I don't want to cover that up though. This might be pretty here, like a little link here of this here on the side, and then of course if I do that, you got to make sure you get into your pocket. That's actually pretty right there. Should I do it? Should I do it? Or you could just do a small little section of it and add you some buttons up there. Let's see. If you're really good at decision making, this, you know, hey, probably goes smoother for you. If you're like me, it's like, oh, I overthink everything. And let's see what kind of buttons. On the front, we did a blues and pinks. And then on the back, she probably needs a pop of, well, she's got a pop of blue there. Let's see. That one. Or you could even do get them all out there. Let's see what we can do. That's kind of like a vintagey button. That's pretty. Or I could do like a few of them. Do that, or you could do, that's kind of cute, but I wish I had a smaller one. Here is a smaller, whoop. There's a smaller one too. Let's do that. Like a larger one and then two smaller ones. How's that? And I think, let's see, just something for a little pop of color. There's a little pink, some maroon, and some pink in here, and that I think is really cute. So let's do that. Let's do it. And button. My fingers are so messy. Please forgive me. And then, oops. That's part of the fun though, isn't it? Getting all messy. And then this little guy for a pop of color. Oh, I love him. All right, isn't that pretty? So now you still have room for your little gift card, and then you've got yourself a pretty little vintage image, beautiful winter photo from Artymaze. She is on Etsy. I'm going to put the link, the information below in the description so that you'll have that. And yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do the others only because I'm probably running low on time. But you get what I'm doing, and then you can, you know, on that one. So you just go with whatever strikes you. This one I didn't put paper behind it. This was a little bit more narrow, but I still had my background, so that gives it some depth and interest. And then here I was able to put some little paper back there, and then glue that on, and then my little embellishments there. And so these other ones, like for an example, this one has pattern paper here, but music paper here. So that's what I was kind of doing, was a vertical, one kind of paper here, and then one over here. And then there's one that I had that I did, well, I thought I did shorthand on one of them. That's a vintage shorthand book, and was it this one? No, that was music paper back there. So just play, get your papers, just get everything out, and get all your fun embellishments out. Like I say, if you crochet or whatever, you can do that. But her images are absolutely gorgeous, and so you can just do so many different designs. Everything can be unique and different because the pictures are just so beautiful. So I really had fun with this. I wanted to do this type of project for a very long time, and I hope you like it and just kind of see how simple it is, how easy it is for it to come together. And let me know if you get to kind of work with them and play with them. Another thing you could do is punch an eyelet there, and then hang some trims and ribbons. And you can embellish these little things up as much as you want to, or as little as you want to. So just lots of fun, y'all, and I appreciate you. I want to just say thank you so much for everyone that has joined me this year with my videos and projects. And I thank you for subscribing and commenting and just taking an interest like you do. And if you haven't subscribed, I invite you to do so. Hit the bell, the little bell, notification bell, and it'll notify you anytime I release a new video for you. So anyway, I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday season and a very Merry Christmas. Thank you so much. Bye.